your heart be light. Next year all our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. Next year all our troubles will be miles away.
All right, it's Christmas time, and this is the Shed by the Tracks Christmas special, and we're going to run some trains, and maybe I'll show you a surprise toward the end that I'm pretty excited about. And let's see. It's going to be interesting. My tripod's out in the garage and I just don't feel like going and getting it. So what we're going to do is just hang on to the camera. Now we've got our special fire logs burning, which makes quite a little racket. I never noticed that. But we may just turn the fire down here a little bit for a while. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I haven't messed around with this since the spring, so I got to remember how it works. Let's see. We got our switches set. This is a Lima locomotive that I modified to run on the Markland track. Alright, let's see, let's set our switches here, and oops, wrong one, there we go, and we'll shut this line off, turn this one on, and we'll run the Markland up the hill. Oop, a little more juice. Yep. I have to edit that out. We'll give her a little more juice up the hill this time. All right. Pull into the station. All right, before we get too carried away here, this is, turn off one of these lights, the Sherwood and Lynn Junction Railroad. Now, Lynn Junction, that is about used to be about maybe a mile west of here, and it was a short Rock Island line. It's all gone now. And Sherwood is the name of my favorite railway ever. The Sherwood section of the LMS, and it's an old O-gauge clockwork train that was in this book I've had forever, run by a club over in Britain. And all these locomotives, looks like it, there we go, now I got my shadow out. All these locomotives were clockwork, and it was just simply amazing. It's all long gone now. I'm sure these locomotives and cars are all spread to the four corners of the earth. But I have never been able to get this railway out of my mind. So, and you'll notice the, dang, getting quite a shadow there. Let's do it this way. That railway station right there, mine is loosely based on it. I don't know if you can see the similarities or not. This is Schultz Station, named after one of the characters on Hogan's Heroes, Schultz. And very loosely based. But yeah, that's how the railroad got its name. So I think that's all the history. Oh, and this is, I run Markland, Hornby, Lima, Hornby 003 rail, and I've got one Bachman back here that I modeled for the Rock Island that used to go by our house. That's a Markland unit there. What I've done is I've modified the loco stall to run on the three rail track. Most of it's Markland track. Some of it is Atlas flex rail with a third rail super glued in the center. And some reason my crossing signals won't shut off. They're just like the ones outside. Half the time they're on. And we'll look at all the other stuff here in a minute. And this is also the area that I build model airplanes. And we got one hanging over here. And there's a little biplane and that one and that one. So yeah. Oh, this is also my music studio where I make the music for the channel and other things. So, except for this show. This one's a record, and we probably should put that back on. Alright, now we'll get back to running some trains. Alright, the first one we're going to run, actually second, is the Duchess of Montrose. And this is a Hornby 3-rail converted to run on Markland track. And the 3-rail coaches all the way back here. So let's come out here and let's give it some power in this area. Let's see. Yeah, I see the light coming on. And I'll give it some power here. I don't know if I got that hooked up or not. Doesn't appear to be, does it? a very classic engine. All right, let's see if we can back to Hornby. Duchess of Sutherland should be it. Yep. All right. There she goes. Hornby sea rail converted. Yeah, that one runs pretty good. That one is a tender driven loco. I think we'll back the Duchess up into this siding here and get her out of the way. Let's see. Okay. Whoop. There we go. Alright, and let's see, reverse. Okay, here we go. Sometimes this doesn't work very well. Hey, this time we're going. Little help right there. Oh. There we go. Didn't have the switch on. Alright. They look good sitting there. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to let the Markland passenger train have the table to itself. So we will do that, and when she comes down we'll hit it again. Flip that switch. Oh. Oops. Time to flip the Christmas record. Alright, I gotta set you down for just a second. 1, 2, 3. Alright, we'll do the switch here and run up over the mountain. Where are we at? All right. Let's see. I think we need to put this engine in and get out the German steamer back there. So let's see. I gotta remember how you do that. I think we gotta make sure the doors are open first. Yeah. There we go. Reverse. Let's see. All right. That one's off, that one's on, that's on. All right, let me put a train together for him. Okay. Got a train waiting over here. Let's see, and that one should do it. Huh, it actually hooked. Most time it doesn't. Alright, let's head out on the main. Now we've got the Doodlebug, which is a Bachmann body that I modified on a Markman mechanism. Now's a good time to get up close to some of these buildings. This is my roundhouse, built out of balsa, cardboard, paper grocery sacks, bits I found and can't even remember what they were, but they were something else. And I've got these to where if there's a train in there, they'll flip open. They won't go shut on their own, but there's little magnets up in there that hold them shut. And this is the water tower that I modeled after a British water tower, so it's not what you would see here. Down the line here, cut in half, and up against the scenic is more of a American, Old West type. And of course we've got Baron von Richthofen flying along here, and let's see, somebody else in the flying circus. So we got those, and then down here in the background we've got Thomas Jefferson's house. And we come down here further, got that at the thrift store, and here is the first house I ever lived in with our Buick sitting out front. There's the swing, and there's the little addition onto the house for plants, and you can just make out the outhouse back there. Yes, I'm that old. We had an outhouse. And come around here. Here is our garden that we had, and there's the pump where we got water. Had a two-stall garage, so we were pretty fancy in that area. That little building there, that is the wash house. And if I can get this around here, there's the back of the house. And there's our lilac tree right there. And there were roads and stuff here, but you know, I was just concerned with getting the house right. And the trees that were out front. This one here, right here, that blew down in a windstorm in like 1969 or 70. But yeah, this picket fence right here, where's my finger? Yeah, picket fence right there. Yep, fell on that. I've got, you can't see it, but I've got a little scar right there from it. So, had to get that in there. Another lilac bush, but yeah, that's the old home place. That little car, I got that for Christmas about 1,000,000 years ago. And why those don't shut off, I just don't get it. let's see. Here's the, okay, I think I showed you that. And there's the Schultze station. I didn't have a plan with this. I just started putting sticks together, and this in here, this is HO scale rail soldered together and then painted. And then, yeah. And I got some, like, Christmassy LED lights. Wired them into it. And, we'll shut some lights off here so we can see inside the buildings. Yeah. There we go. Made that light tower. And I always like these stairways, so I built a stairway for it to go over the tracks. Looks like we had some kind of malfunction there with the fence. Looks like that's a winter project. And somebody fell down in the park. Goodness gracious. Alright. Trees. I made all the trees. And the vines that grow up. And all this brickwork is foam. Styrofoam insulation that I embossed and then painted. And this is switch building, switch tower, whatever you want to call it. We built that from, just looking in different railroad books. Kind of didn't really have a plan. I just knew what it was supposed to look like, kind of. And of course there's the obligatory mountains and rocks. That's all plaster of Paris and toilet paper. And let's see, what else? Yeah, whatever I can find. This little building here, that came from a thrift store. And it just looked about right, and so did that little truck. Yeah, all these trees I made. This little building here, made that. That covers up some electronic paraphernalia. And let's see, arch bridge, styrofoam, and the stop-go light, made that. Little steam tractor, that was a little plastic thing I had when I was really young. I kind of fixed it up and painted it, all that. And then the trees, of course, they're just kind of put together with what I had. Some of them are natural, some of them, like this birch, that's wire wrapped around itself a million times and glue and then painted white. And here is the train yard, which is scenic up to this point. And then back here you'll see there's no, it's just road bed and track. So this was the last thing I worked on this spring before I bought my Model T and became obsessed. But that's it. Alright, this is my surprise. This is an industrial Singer sewing machine that I am hoping I will make my seat covers. I'll upholster my seats for my Speedster with this, I'm hoping. This is, as far as I can tell, from the 20s. Somebody might be able to tell me exactly. It's a 3115 industrial. And I had to do, this area in here was in bad shape. I got a few new parts and I've got it back to working. So I'm really hoping that I can teach myself to sew with it. This machine was my stepfather's, and he was a professional upholsterer. And he retired, oh gosh, back in the late 70s or early 80s. And it's set out in the garage since then, at my mother's house. And it couldn't have took much more of it. It was really close to being unsavable for me. So this turned into a restoration project also. So I don't know if we can sew anything with it. I'm still adjusting and trying to get it running correctly. Here, I'll sit you down for a second. And it has a clutch, which is really hard to get used to. So here we go. Whoa, hey, there we go. But as you can tell, aside from this mess here, it's pretty good. So this is, I have high hopes. Well, that's pretty much it for the Christmas special. I hope everybody has a good Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll finish off where we started. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.